Hey guys, welcome back to the Slice&Dice podcast. I'm Jono.
And I'm Sam.
And I'm Nate.
Nate! Nice to have you! So, Phil has taken his slight hiatus for this month and probably be back with us next month, but we have Nate to fill his shoes. So, no pressure. Not like you've been on before though, weren't you?
Yes.
You came on for the community.
Yeah, I was on the community one. Glad to be back.
Yeah, good. Mm-hmm. You've been active through this competitive scene though, haven't you? For the last, you've only it's your first competitive scene though, right?
Yes, yeah, so first competitive scene.
Yeah.
This is my first TCG starting in January, and yeah, I think I threw myself into as many LQs as I could feasibly drive to.
That is...
and both Lateria Cups in the UK, so...
That's an awesome show.
Really good start, yeah.
Good turnout.
I remember literally trying to walk you through the basics of the game, and it didn't take very long until you were amassing my realms, ruining my dreams.
Well, if the cards align.
That's what they're made.
Yeah.
So,
I was really impressed there. I was somewhat proud.
Thanks.
I was like, Nate's doing really sick. I like it. Nice.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, if anyone who's listened, the community sort of gatherings that we've had, before the last podcast, I think we intend to do some more. It'd be nice to have voices. I was going to say show of faces, but no one sees faces through a podcast, do they? So
hope not.
yeah, just hear their voices and see what they've got to say about the TCG and community in general. So we'll definitely plan to get another one of those in. But for now, seeing as technically competitive season before Euros is done, we have quite a lot to talk about in terms of what's been happening since the last podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So,
biggest of those being Glasgow.
Glasgow Materia Cup.
LQs before then that a few of us have attended.
Yeah. You've attended all of them almost, haven't you?
I think the double header in Huddersfield Preston was the one I didn't make.
Oh,
because I had other plans.
Out of every single one you could possibly make.
You didn't do Castleford either.
I didn't do Castleford either.
Dog sitting.
I was too busy dog sitting. And I had enough fluff left from the dog to effectively have my own by the end of it. So
what kind of dog is it?
Free dog for dog sitting. I like that.
A mix of Akita something.
Oh, okay, so yeah, lots
very,
of fluff.
very fluffy.
Yes.
Shedding season as well.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely, with the heating blaring out. Yeah, I've got the same with the husky. So anytime the heating goes on, it's like blowout. I have to catch all the fluff as it goes flying around the place. So yeah, I think. What would you say is the sort of the we've got Glasgow, which was huge for pretty much all of us, because I think we had a good few of us attend.
Should we go chronological?
Let's do chronological.
Were there any events before Harlequin and Gemini we haven't covered? I don't think so. That was previous podcast.
Yeah. I think previous podcast we ended with you and Phil going to Preston and
Harlequins and Gemini was like outrageously strong, wasn't it? You basically had top 16 from Glasgow was the whole room, wasn't it?
and I think didn't you have like Zav come across from Leeds as well?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty close for him. So, but there was you had all of those strong Midlands or Yorkshire sort of.
You know what? I literally just kind of had my brain just go and what you just said. Glasgow, top 16 Glasgow. I just thought you meant the YYT. Just like top 16 of YYT came to just Brett Lamson.
Stevie, Sarah, Duff were all at this. Harlequin, Gemini.
Yeah.
So hence it was kind of like...
Yeah, makes sense.
There was a couple of YYT, I think, in top 16 of Glasgow. So I'm not being literal.
My brain just went...
Just a bit of foreshadowing of what was to come a couple of weeks after.
Very true.
I'm weaving a complex narrative here.
Keep going. But it's working.
So I found those rooms very tough, very strong. Had some crazy matches. I think, I don't know if I have them on my phone, but I remember some particularly spicy games. I had one with Sarah, the Mono Water Mirror. Yeah. Shout out to Sarah from YYT. Always a nice cube gamer. Me and Alfie drilled the Mono Water Mirror like crazy, so I was feeling confident going into it, but like, you never know what's going to happen. Oh yeah, and I think I had another mirror on that same day where, what was his name? a Londoner who I played at Euros.
Okay.
Sorry, names are so bad for me. Where I was like so hyper-focused on the value trades on the mirror, but I just sacked all my blue worms off and he kept his. And then just swung through and lethal me. And I'm like, oh yeah, combat is part of this game.
Yeah, blue worms can swing.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Steve, that was his name. Steve from the chat. Him, he's a good player. I quite like trying to learn from these different players.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, it seemed like that weekend turned out to be pretty strong. Yeah, like you say, pretty strong weekend. But it actually worked out really nicely because one followed the other, and everyone moved from what was it, Gemini Games in Huddersfield. So then, I completely forgot the name of the store, but everyone went to Huddersfield and then moved over to Preston. There's like a little
nice 2-day header. It was like a mini
northern trip,
full tournament, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's really nice.
That was really good. And some people were like switching decks on the 2 different days.
Nice.
And I got to play a lot of good games, which was exciting there.
Good.
I think you did better than me on one of those days, didn't you, Nate? No?
No, I wasn't there that weekend.
Oh, you weren't there at all.
So
Who am I thinking of?
Discussion.
Maybe.
Phil did pretty well.
Yeah, Phil did really
Gemini.
well. Maybe it was Phil, I was thinking,
Phil did well in
he
Gemini.
beat me in Harlequins as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he did really well in Gemini.
Yeah.
Did he get top cut? Yeah, he went top cut
8,
and then lost
right?
in first game in top cut. Yeah.
No, it's a tough room as well. I remember playing Gemini games last year, and there's always been heavy hitters, up there. There's always been top tier players up in Huddersfield. So
The Yorkshire lads like Zav, Dan, George Wormsley.
Yeah.
Those guys are all like
very strong. Yeah, very strong. So it sounds like a tough weekend. In all.
Yeah. I was. I think I had a much better time at Gemini than Harlequins. I was 1 game off top cut. My last game was with Duff. He was on Mono Fire Warriors.
Right.
And I didn't hold cancel lev because my brain was like Warriors, so I was discarding my cancel levs, and then I'm like, oh yeah, this is Mono Fire as well. I need to hold a cancel lev for Mon because that card's pretty good actually if you let it resolve. So feel like I would probably win that game if I'd remembered to prioritize the right cards, but that's the game, And just need these constant skill checks to get yourself sharp and refined, don't you?
But was
all
this
good practice?
Was this after, I can't, like chronologically and how things have turned out, I can't exactly remember. The ban of Una came in when? At the beginning of August? Like it was straight after release,
it was
right?
Release dates, I think it was at the 8th of August.
Yeah. So how do you feel like the way things have gone in terms of like tournament wise, and how rooms have felt since?
Oh, it's just been such a nice meta compared to the Light Una meta.
Yeah.
Although Light Una did give me my only XO in Swiss I've ever had before,
Oh really?
In terms of a competitive event.
Oh.
Dice Cup.
Oh right, yeah.
Which we've talked about before.
We have done, yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm glad she's restricted. Like, absolutely toxic card for the meta. Just warped it too much.
I think it was nice to see that she's still around, but because she's restricted, it's nice to see where she's slotting in now, as opposed to, okay, I'm playing Una, which means I'm playing Cap 4 and I'm playing the style of Una that dominates. It's now people slotting her into decks of, actually, I'm going to add just an extra element of control that either my deck doesn't have, or I want to just add another layer of control.
Yeah. It's still a busted card, so if you're on a deck that pumps out forwards,
it's like
you may as well put her in.
Like Knights have seen her pop up once or twice, and Warriors have had her in there as well. Like it's interesting.
Harlequins on Warriors with Una in, and you had 2 of the Titus.
New Titus, no, I saw that. Kind of a no-brainer in terms of if you have the irony being that she's been restricted, but now I've got a searcher that can just easily just get her out the deck and plop her onto field.
It's interesting because you like broke one of the unwritten rules of deck building there, where you put more searchers than targets. Just because Light Una is such a broken card. You're like, I don't care that there's this aspect that's being weakened, because when it's strong, it's busted, and when it's not, it's water CP that I'm throwing away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you obviously you said you didn't go, Nate, to Harlequins and Gemini, but you've run the scene with pretty much a Refia build for like how long now?
Since the second LQ, I think I took mono water to the first one in Brighton and got slapped about hard, and thought I was confident on that. I was like, nah, let's just go Refia. This is, I don't know, something about it just like tickled the right bit of my brain. I was like, cool, it's control, but it's got some nice big bodies on it. Great, we'll see what happens with that. And then it's just evolved so naturally through the Una meta. There was cool, the Cecil's in there, because if you're going to tax me, I'm going to try and tax you back. And it was just who can get to their Cecil fastest.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's been nice to be able to take those slots back for other things. I think the new set, Faris, I run one of, which has just been really great in that I need to just get a few more forwards out a little bit quicker because the opponent's building a bigger board than I am, so it allows me to buy the time to stall for backup. So, but yeah, I've been really interested in just sort of sitting on Refia, just making sure I can hone in and focus on that.
That new Faris, like before you're on 4 backups, like say if you're on 3, that's most of the deck, you can still play off the new Faris, right?
And even if you've got 4 backups but they're not the right colours, you can still deploy a 4-wall off it and just not get the reactivation draw. So you've still all of a sudden got a 9k body that searched you a Lena backup for a special or to play. And if you've got 4 backups, great, there's a 4-wall, regardless of the colour of them. So you can start having a nice big beefy hitter.
You can shoot Zidane out if you want.
Yes, that has been my target for a couple of things, particularly against some recent Chark matchups. There's a aim to try and rip those arcs and rip those chaoses as quickly as possible.
That's a good matchup to use it in. I can see that line. It's really interesting having you on as a big enjoyer of Refia 4-wall. Because I was talking to Alfie recently a lot, and he's demoted her to the bad deck box because Alfie.
No, who is he demoted?
The 4-wall Refia.
Right.
Because he doesn't like how the deck seems to either be insane or he feels like you just lose if you don't hit your 4 colours right away. But then you or Kinney, or there are plenty of good 4-wall players who don't seem so hung up on the nature of it, or feeling like it's RNG vibes.
It's just learning to pivot. It's just knowing.
There's a skill element too, isn't there?
I haven't got the colours.
Sorry, Alfie. It's just a skill element.
Just a skill issue. Get good.
I'm not saying just skill issue. Some. And that's usually the way in FFTCG.
The RNG of the cards, what you draw is what you draw.
Yeah.
There's so much digging you can do with Leos, Luna Freyas, and ways to try and find your way out.
Yeah, and you always want that attitude where you're focusing on what you could have done, rather than going, the situation. Yeah, because you become a better player when you focus on what you can control.
I'd agree with that, and I think one takeaway I've enjoyed from all my LQs is sort of being able to go in. Actually, I probably could have done that better, or if I just held that card instead, I needed to hold that a little bit longer. So, like you were saying with Council Levs, just being able to know what was the right card to discard has still been part of my learning, and it's still something I'm trying to evolve. But I'm getting better in some matchups, and in some I'm like, I don't know what that card does. Carry on, and just see what happens.
That when to let go. And if I see a card and I don't know what it does, I'm reading the text really intensely and then thinking really hard.
Reading the Marlborough explains the Marlborough.
Find a busted card. Obviously, it's so really nice. But I think as well, you are someone with a reasonable memory, because I think that I attribute that to a lot of your speedy learning and skill up in the game. Because if you have a good memory, you think back into your games more easily, and then you learn your lessons more quickly. Yeah, and that's something that I struggle with. But I try to write a lot down as well, try and get around it. Write up my games and things. Yeah,
I think I'm a very interactive learner as well. Again, Refia is my biggest example of dulling 4 and thinking it was great, and then all of a sudden someone did the go to combat on the stack of Refia dull 4, and I'm like, wait, what? You can do that? I was because every time I was doing it, everyone was kukulating my Refia before it reacted, before I got to combat. I'm like, oh, this is a bit rubbish. Why does everyone think this is so good? And all of a sudden, seeing a better use of it and seeing sort of what is more common use of it. It's like, that makes sense. Then all of a sudden it started making more sense. I could do different plays and I can attribute more things to it.
And then if they do kukulate before you get to combat, you're just like, okay, I won't do it then.
Yes.
My guy stood up.
Yeah, so now it's sort of, but I have to, I've realised a lot of my learning is I have to see the misplay and I have to fail before I know what the correct thing is.
Like someone
can tell me, it's like, oh, you can do that. And I'm like, can I? Like, it just doesn't register until I've physically seen someone do the thing with the card. That it just doesn't sort of register. If you don't
at some point you'll start seeing plays before you've been shown that then you'll be.
That's the dream.
I think there's many people that could use that same sort of mentality a lot of the time, because we all play cards and just have the fun of going, oh, this is my new favorite card and this is my new favorite way of playing. Boosh, like there we go. But then you run the risk of, like you say, not being able to focus in on the small details that you could have picked up otherwise. So the run that you've had has been incredible, and I think the question I was going to ask you initially was what sort of playstyle would have you felt has been more you? And I think you've kind of answered that really in terms of the control element, and because you initially said, oh, you went from mono water to Refuge, and like, oh, it's still control. So obviously there's an element of you actually appreciating the control side of the game. Yeah,
I think I do. I enjoy the thinking that a control deck lets me have, and it feels more engaging. I do enjoy aggro decks. I mean, Magissa was the first thing I built and took straight to Winter Cup after 4 weeks of playing.
I do.
And just rocked up with everyone being like, oh, where are we going? Zip Hotel? Great! And just sitting there and having a great time with it. And I do enjoy that, and I kind of want to see what Knights looks like as a player as opposed to being the victim on the other side of the table. But I think they both tackle different parts of my brain. I think the control just feels a little bit more natural now that I'm slowly getting into the rhythm of seeing what the cards are. That feels more natural.
The speed of the game for you.
But I don't dislike aggro. I think it just, I don't know, for me it just feels a little bit more linear now. And I think I can see, like when I'm on Magissa, it's like, cool, I know what I'm going to search for. I know what my lines are. I'm going to go this into this into this. It's a very standardized pattern, whereas it doesn't have too much deviation. Whereas in Mono Water, for example, I knew what the lines were. It's like, I can, hang on a second, there's a completely different board that I wasn't expecting to see. I can pivot, and I knew that there was another way to challenge it or resolve it. It wasn't a simple, well, I've still got to find Magissa and I've still got to shoot her. That was a little bit more linear. And I suppose if I look at Knights from the opposing side of the table, you're always looking for the Ramza Kurilla. You're always looking to flood the board as much as you can to get your Ramza triggers, as well as if you have enough Earth. I've seen, I know Alfie does it, and I love it just in 4-1 as well. Just give everything Brave and just get like four or five attackers, easy damage, and look, everything's still available for next turn. So I see. I do look at both, and I think I'd enjoy both, but control just feels more comfortable and more natural now. It feels a better tempo of the game for me. I get to think and interact a little bit more. It does mean I have to think and interact a little bit more, so it's a double-edged sword, really. But
would you agree with like this idea that when you're on control, you have you want the game to last longer, and in theory, the longer the game goes on, the more likely you are to win. But you have a lot of choices to make, so you're not just going to lose the game on one bad choice necessarily, but you could. But on aggro, it's like, it's my game to lose, whereas when I'm on control, it feels like it's my game to win, which is weird, but that's how it feels to me.
I suppose with aggro, you're on a knife edge all the time of slipping one way or the other. I've been in enough aggro matches where you could have the line and perfect, but then one slip up of a misplay sends you completely toppled, and the game's gone. So like I've built my board perfectly, I've got what I needed, but I've just missed a trigger of something, or I might have missed cancelling something with an Amat, or do you know what I mean? Whereas with control, like I think what you were trying to say, Sam, is that if you miss that, you've always got a next turn because you've got a good control board, if you know what I mean. I don't know if you see what I mean.
I think
so I'm trying to explain it, but I've always found my explanations to be really fucking strange.
What I'm trying to explain isn't that easy to explain anyway.
Yeah.
But like, if you're against knights, both of you are on a knife edge at that point, right? Because it's that kind of game is being fought.
Yeah, I kind of think that's what I'm trying to say, is that any aggro involved in a game, it's either race to death very quickly with aggro or against aggro, and you've got to know how to mitigate that to release, to be a bit less battered in the face, effectively. But when you're playing aggro, I've always found that it depends how well that other player can see those lines of play coming, because it's very, as you say, linear and very telegraphed in a lot of ways when you play aggro.
Yeah, one of the feelings I have when I'm doing control versus aggro is like, a lot of the time when you're somewhat stable on control, all the aggro player can do is leave the window open for you to make a misplay, and if you don't, you just win. All they're doing is like, when they're playing smart, it's just like poking you to be like, come on, just a little misplay, just a little bad value trade, and I'm in,
Yeah, and I think I agree with you. The longer on a control deck, the longer the game goes on, the more stable I feel, and I don't feel as pressured that the decision I make on turn 1 or turn 2 is as critical as, say, aggro of, right, again, Magiss is the only example I've got, but if I don't have Magiss or Tivers, I've got to find them. That has to be the thing I do turn 1, otherwise I'm already at a disadvantage. Yeah. Whereas on control, it's like, okay, well, I don't have a great hand, cool, I'll just play it back up and pass. I can just take my turn, I can just see. And there have been a number of times where I've been at a few LQs and it's like, I've got 4 backups, I've got no forwards, I've got 2 cards in hand, I'm at damage 1, I can see a couple of attackers, draw pass, and just leave it to go and see what happens, because I'd rather build the hand and I'm not too worried, as long as I can check and I sort of have to validate that I don't think there's lethal on the boards. Yeah. And this caught me out early on in the season, was forgetting to check their break zone for anything that could be recurred at instant speed, lightning.
Yeah, and beat me in Euros at one point.
And sneaking in that lethal. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's really, really an interesting concept of, if you're on control, I feel a little bit more stable, and if I don't have to worry too much. It's like, cool, I can take a turn off if I need to.
And Refugee especially, where you're like, my X's are your problem, and also at damage 3, I'm twice as powerful. It's like, it's decks that have to hit you that aren't knights. Yeah. They all have a pretty bad time, don't they?
Knights getting Sidwoff opportunities as well. That was... I'm jumping ahead, but that was a rough Glasgow matchup for me. It's like, oh, cool, I can see your Lena and your Sidwoff. I guess I'm not doing any of my X's. Because not only do you gain a card, I discard a card? Pass.
You just only trigger a removal one if it's really good, and like, even then, probably wouldn't trigger a 6-let, would you?
Only if I had no... Well, no, because that resolves and then Sidwoff resolves after, so Cool, I'll recur the Refugee back to my hand to put it back in break zone. Great.
Yeah, it's probably worth it if you got 0 in hand, just to balance one of their things, but also, awful times.
That was a weird pairing of backups. I was like, oh no.
Fueling them with declining yours. That's...
I've actually been playing a bit of Refugee,
Oh.
Weird for me. I've just been eternally the opponent of it, but like, I'm trying to play all decks in the run up to Euros, So I'm basically, giving everything a go, which isn't like my nature, but you've got to do it. I mean, it makes you a better player, because I swear there's a lot of opportunities where, because it's such a multi-element deck, having that idea of what they might have in their hand, like having that like empathy you can use against them. When you're against them, I think is another level of like opportunity for you when you're actually playing.
Yeah, the one card that I frequently forget is going to be in your hand, mate, is Mistrapping. Most of the time. Most of the time. I'm just like,
never.
Yeah, I'm at that. Oh shit.
I seem to just have a knack for having Amats for Sam and Miss Dragons for Jono.
Basically, yeah, that's how that works.
If I have triggered you with any summons, please contact the Slice and Dice podcast for support.
Me and Jono can give you empathy and therapy.
Yeah, we're a hotline.
We can cry together.
Anyone who's having a bad time.
But I did that to Alfie yesterday. I was playing 4-wall into Alfie and I had it drip, the deck just drip fed me that Amat in the Mist every single time, and he did cleared out his break zone twice before. Yeah. Amat had all his realms. Ugh, disgusting.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. The fact that you have played Mist so long, but also missed that very first line of text, which won you a game, I think. I remember this. We are jumping into Glasgow again, but
yeah, there was one that was like, "I'm gonna protect my forward with Miss Dragon."
Yeah,
because that's an option available on the summon that I've never used before.
Yeah. That was interesting to hear you say that you've played the deck and the card for so long, but that line of text has just escaped you.
It's the worst line of text.
It is the worst line of text, but
it can do something. It can help.
If it keeps the 4-1 alive for lethal the next turn, it's worth spending.
Yeah. Once you're at the desperate end stages of the game where they're using all their resources to kill him, then you're like, well, it's no brainer now. Yeah.
Should we segue on to Grantham, the LQ after?
Congrats, Sam!
Thank you.
Well done.
He's into Euros now.
To the
spoilers.
There,
Oh, sorry. I feel like it's already known, surely.
I was very nervous for that day, and I thought I was not in Top Cut as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you saw me jumping up and down in the room, right, trying to shake the nerves.
Yes. Yeah, there was a weird bubble, I think, wasn't there? Because I think it was.
I was 2-2 at the end of the
Right, okay.
Yeah, because I believe it was Lyndon 4-0, Alfie 3-1, or was it the other way around? But I think we had one XO, one X1, or two X1, so I think I was X1.
Yeah.
And then there was you and another that were X2.
Yeah.
And it was quite tense, and it was like, okay, well, based on your two losses being the two of the three people in Top Cut, in theory, it was you. And I remember
thinking it was going to be Ethan for a minute.
Yeah, because I think Ethan lost to 2 in the Top Cut as well, so it's just a bit like, oh. And I remember
it was you and Lyndon I lost to in Swiss, wasn't it?
Was this the 10-person room?
11.
Yes.
11.
Oh yes, 11. There was
I was trying to remember if it was
the
10 or
yeah. So it's quite.
So I was 2-2, and I was like, yeah, I've blown it. Who did I play then? Round 1 was Lyndon, and he beat me because I didn't know his 12 deck.
Yeah.
And he used, he has a down as his main tech that's not the 12 or not a card that's just trying to support the 12.
Mm-hmm.
And he just ripped too many key cards from me.
Yeah.
And I probably made other mistakes, but I don't remember. Don't know if I have Grantham written down actually.
You're mono water on this.
That's good.
You're on mono water on this list.
Yeah. I've been mono water all competitive season apart from Castleford at the end there, where I had a treat of not being on mono.
You had your win in the bag, so you can go for funsies.
Go for rogue. But that was. And then I lost to you. Was that last round? Of sorts?
Yeah, I was round 4 because I remember us. I think we were close to time, and everyone else was finished and watching us.
Yeah.
And I think we had to remind a couple of people of, please be quiet and move away.
Yeah.
We're still playing.
Yeah. Naming no names.
And I think it was also tense because we obviously had known that Lyndon and Alfie were going to be in the Top Cut based on their positions.
Yeah. We
were trying to fight for it because also knowing that those two had their Euro spots.
Yeah.
We were also a bit like, okay, well, we kind of want this. So we were taking it very seriously. And then I remember when we hadn't quite finished submitting the results, and everyone was like, oh yeah, well, it should be you based on this. I remember I think you said to some people, was like, that's nice, I'll worry about it when we get back, let's go take a break. Yeah. And we walked away and was like, I'm not talking about it until we get back and I know what the actual answer is. Which I think was the right approach as well, because it was nice to just have that moment of, okay, whatever happened.
Yeah.
I'll find out in 10 minutes when we go back.
Breathe. So much drama that day, because I thought I'd blown it. I thought I didn't, the only reason I beat Ethan was probably because he misplayed, and I felt bad. Poor Ethan. He like tapped 3 for his LB Tidus on Mono Earth, so he didn't have 3 water to pay.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have a water card in hand.
Okay.
So he just 2 backups that could produce water. You know.
Right.
And I was like, sorry, man, which I felt really bad.
Yeah.
But like,
no backsies.
But like, I got my plane booked. I got to be sweaty.
Yeah.
So it was weird. I felt like I'd blown it a lot, but then got to top 4, and that was like
awesome.
Jeez. And then you were on one side with Alfie, and I was on the other side with Lyndon. Yeah. And by this point, I'd realised he has no summons, Lyndon, just Zidane in his deck. So my whole strategy was like, if I see a Lena or Lev or anything I need, I just throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
Because I either play a thing or throw it in the bin, so that just Zidane. If I've got a Kukulane, I can use a card in hand to discard to like save it from Zidane.
Yeah.
But in general,
just put things in the bin so you can keep them on board. Yeah,
and like I wasn't happy with some of my performances that day, but the top cut match with Lyndon, I was happy with, and that felt good to win. And I played well.
You go 2-2.
We had to,
or is it 1?
No, we had to go up to 3 games.
Yeah.
He absolutely game 2. So game 1, he gets to go first, and I managed to win, which was nice. And I watched it back like religiously, looking at the
fine details.
Yeah. Because like at one point, I got pretty fortunate. I Luna Freyed, and I'd seen a lot of the X's, but we saw Ash anyway, so I got 2 kills out of the Luna Freya. Which was questionable. Like there was maybe a Tidus turn in there or some other lines, but luckily for me, that bit went my way. But I was happy I had a plan and I followed through with it.
Yeah.
But he absolutely demolished me with what's that ice 12 called? Hello just ran a number on me. It was just horrible. Game 2. Yeah. Absolutely couldn't, it just holds you down because double freeze 2 and discard on every swing.
Wow.
You basically need Witch and Marlborough set up right away and hope it doesn't play another, because it's weird because it's a 5-drop, but it feels pretty cheap for what it does.
Because it's doing so much in its turn.
Yeah. Well, it's ripping 4 CP off you.
Exactly.
Right, as a 5 cost. So it's
I think that's every turn as well. Every swing.
They don't underestimate the 12. Pretty good deck, but so I was happy with that. And then you had Alfie on the other side of Swiss. I guess you can. Yeah. You didn't have a good time there, did you?
We had to go to game 3 though. So we had to go to game 3.
So you did win a game then.
I did win one. Yeah. I think I got demolished round 1, and then in the second game, I think I managed to just clear the board. I managed to get through a backup Shantato and I think an Amma at the right time as well to just stall and keep his board down. That then I just built colours and had everything online and just started just removing all of the knights. Yeah. And then game 3, I just didn't see anything. I think it was 2 turns without a backup as well.
Yeah. Which I know there was one game where you backup Totoed and then he had the Amat and that won the game for him.
Yeah, I think that might have been game 3 actually. I think it was. I just I saw nothing for a couple of turns. He obviously got to do a whole bunch of Ramza Gorilla and flipped a bunch of things. I think that was the one where I tried to back up Shantoto to just clear it. And he had the Amat, and I didn't have a Mist Dragon to counter the Amat.
Yeah. So I don't think you had the resources for Mist anyway, did you? But
no.
That's a hard matchup. That's you're massively unfavoured.
So
my win rate into you running up to that has been pretty bad. You probably won 80% of the games between us. In the 2 months running up to that event. So I was I was very
on the other side.
Killed you on the other side of the bracket. Yeah. And then I had to play Alfie in the final because I had my Euro spot by then. I really struggled. We both struggled to take it seriously. So it was a bit of a shit show of a game. So don't go and watch that. But I think I got the win there. Yeah.
But I think you can safely say that because you and Alfie work at Dice, you've had that same matchup. That's basically the games you've played for many months.
We played that matchup a lot of times. Lots of times.
Mono Water versus Knights is
and I'm probably 80-20 favoured in our games in those matchups.
So you can clearly just have fun with it, and I think
because it was the battle for a box. Because the pricing was so generous. Shout out Pendulum Gaming because they're really generous. It would be nice if an FF community could start in Grantham. I do want to go and support them because they were like, oh yeah, you can use the footage from the stream going. Yeah. And they were like generous with prizing, just like a super cool store. The store's so legit.
They do want to push it as well, but it's just that no one's grasping. No one's
you just need that core that sticks.
Yeah, no one's sticking around long enough to be able to make it an actual proper scene. So.
Well, it's Grantham 40 minutes from here. Yeah, I'm willing to go like every now and again, but we'd have to like plan it between us.
Because it's on a Wednesday, so it's we'd have to do it midweek, and whether you can be bothered to go Dice Cup the following day.
I think we can always chat. I think the guy at Pedram was always sort of just open to what can we do. I think he just wants the community there. So I think if the day isn't right, I'm sure we can discuss it.
Yeah.
And Lyndon's a good advocate for the stories, constantly shouting about it, saying, "Get down, we've got this event." He does a lot for the store, which is great.
Yeah.
So we should do a road trip.
Lyndon felt like the real boss, and like he's generally got a good win rating to me because he's probably the best player in Nottingham, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got
Nottinghamshire or that area, Midlands.
Yeah, he's got that head on him.
He's been playing since August 1 as well.
Yeah.
2019 Nationals runner-up and all that.
Yeah.
So good, very good player. So I was super happy. But I was also like lucky in a lot of ways, like some luck in games. But you've got to have a combination of luck and playing the best you can.
I think I messaged you like afterwards, and you said I don't think I've relaxed yet. Like from getting home, the tension still was in your body throughout the entire journey.
I was literally like jumping around trying to like get rid of the anxiety when it was because I knew it was literally the best chance I could have, like that LQ.
But you smashed it,
and luckily, got there. Yeah, on my own. We got that silly meme of Alfie and Laswell and from the Marvel franchise. You've seen that?
That's good. But
Alfie Hulk smash on nights.
I did enjoy it. Every time we had like a relatively localish LQ, I think Alfie's like, I'm not sure what I'll play, and always ends up as like, so you're on nights again? Yeah. There's always a decision, but the decision's always the same.
Basically it was the funding Milan stuff that motivated him to wants to get that prizing. I mean, it's really strong. It's really strong.
Yeah.
That was one of his takes about Raffia 4. He's saying, like, they've both got an inconsistency. He was basically saying Knights are more consistent than Raffia, but you are just comparing chalk and cheese a bit on your control deck and an aggro deck.
I think that's because he knows Knights so well. He knows that like this is the lines. Whereas I think you've got to sit with something long enough to know.
Yeah, not many easy decks out there, is there? So like I feel like there are decks that are more forgiving. I feel like Water's more forgiving. I feel like if you make mistakes on Water, it'll only be like, oh, okay, you could only do so badly. But if you make mistakes on 4-wall, like you play the wrong backups, just shot the game, potentially. It's interesting. I think in the game FFTCG in general, the skill ceiling is so high. It's unbelievably high. Like you need to be in a flow state to play well. Like you can't be in your head, if you know what I mean.
Just reminds me of Kuroko no Basket. When, I don't think you know anime, but it was a basketball thing where they get into the zone and their eyes start to glow, and they're like get into the zone and they're like making every play and scoring and whatever. Like if you're in the flow of the game and you're in the zone, then you're good.
Well, it's like that, right? Yeah. Then to an outsider, it's just someone doing stim shuffling. Looking completely insane.
No, honestly, I cannot do that stem shuffling, so I just put my cards down on the table and just like, there we go.
I can't do that like holding them in my hand and shuffling them and flickering them. It just doesn't feel comfortable.
No.
But then if I do hold them for too long, I get anxious that I'm missing something, and it's like, but I can see what's in my hands. None of them do anything. They're all forwards. There's no interaction.
Yeah.
But I'm still staring at them like, maybe one of them will do something. Like all of a sudden, I get really anxious. I have to put them face down. As like, cool, they're fanned out. You can see how many cards I have in my hand.
Yeah.
And I know I don't have a summon. That's great.
His cards are placed down. It's safe. I think that was my entire experience in Glasgow. So if we move like swiftly on to travelling up to Glasgow for Materia Cup.
Yeah.
We all had, so it was, how many of us? We had quite a fair number come from Dice Cup, didn't we?
Yeah. So me, Phil, you,
Nate.
Alfie, Nate, full dice squad. Obviously, we met up with James McNulty and Matt from Preston. Shout out to them.
Ant.
Ant's a sort of Slice and Dicer. He's officially Slice and Dicer on Alfie's new competitive Discord. Shout out to that.
Yeah. He's. I think after Materia Cup, he was very determined to sort of get that competitive edge for Euros, like getting everyone's sort of.
He seems to have improved a lot. He's like on.
Oh, absolutely. He's doing really well.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, shout out to him. If you haven't found out about the Discord, jump on that because everyone's having good discussions.
Yeah, we can link it in the description.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a great time. We all stayed in. Most of us stayed in a. What was it? An Ibis budget.
Yeah,
in the centre of Glasgow.
It wasn't that bad, I guess.
It wasn't that bad.
But yeah.
We had sweat.
What was it? I think it's by the Quay off Paisley Road.
Yeah. We went to Nando's when we first arrived.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it was me, you, and Phil in a room, and Phil on the bunk bed above our heads. It was good weekend, and
really good.
I think that's probably been my one sort of competitive main competitive event this whole year, just because of things happening on my side.
Yeah,
but,
you go in with your 4 games in the year experience.
I'm just like, I'll see what happens.
Do the best you can. You got to win it.
And so it was.
I got to win. I got to win.
Let's not also forget to call out.
Buy, was it?
It wasn't just the buy. One buy and a legit win.
Yeah. I mean, on 4 games, that's good.
Let's also not forget the random running around like, oh, does anyone have this card? It's like, you've handed your deck list in. What do you mean you're still looking for a card? And then 5 minutes later, watching Jono walk around with the card and his deck list back to a table to quickly scribble out the card that he's swapping the card for.
Oh, no, yeah.
I didn't even notice that happened.
I handed my deck list in and I just went to Sarah. I was just like, Sarah, have you got my deck list? Has it been okay, Jay? Has everything been okay? Just like, no, do you need to do something? I was like, yes, I'm changing this card for. It was
Nearly DQ'd.
like, quick, get in there. But it was regardless of outcome, it was just a weekend for funsies and just seeing people.
Yeah. How was 7 Wall for you then?
7 Wall, that's what I was playing. I've completely forgot. It was that bad of an experience.
The crystals with bars, yeah?
Yeah. So, honestly, the deck is actually pretty fun to play. Like, I actually thoroughly enjoy playing 7 Wall with Barts, but the matchups that I had just ate me alive. It was really bad. Like it's
a good room as well.
It was strong room, but everyone was on Sam's deck and Nate's deck. Literally, it was like mono water. All I saw 2 mono water and 2 Refia Wall.
Yeah.
So straight out the gate, I hadn't had much practice against 4 Wall Refia.
Yeah.
I had an inkling of sort of space of where I can move within mono water, but playing with 7 Wall, I wasn't 100% certain like what my matchup rate was like, and so for 4 games out of the 6, I was scared to swing because I knew that if a 6 left comes down into the EX, my game's fucked, basically.
I remember we were discussing like the preemptive ultimate shield. Right?
Yeah. So my issue was I could have 3 wall specials in hand, and knowing that I'm going to need to deal you damage before you build your board up too much, especially with Refia, especially with mono water. If you get to a point where your board's huge, all set up, ready to do everything, there's no chance I'm winning. And so I was like, I need to race to damage. I need to get you down to a certain point where it's squeaky bum time for you, and you've got to get some way out. You got to get out of there quick.
Yeah.
But that meant I had to literally use wall specials every time I attacked. And just left me...
Yeah, against Raffia.
Well, exactly, that's what I'm saying. It left me bare for...
You really need Gilgamesh to appear against 4
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, you just do.
It just left me bare for the next for my opponent's turn, which then left me very vulnerable, just sitting there going, okay, they're going to do their thing anyway.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going, I'll just go for damage.
Problem as well is that Raffia is so much more powerful past damage 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And so,
if you won't take me to damage 3, I'll bash and do it myself.
I don't keep hitting Raffia past damage 1 because of bash.
You're just gonna just mill them out and get them.
Well, it depends what kind of deck you're in. Like if you're on water, you can make like 800 monsters and then decide to attack them, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of the room, in terms of the things that I faced, it was a bad day, a very bad day. I think the only game, and by round 3, I got the bye. I faced a mono water and a Refia. Had the bye on round 3. I was like, well, that's probably my only win of the day. And then
the positive mental attitude.
Yeah. By that point, I was like, yeah. And then game 4 was into the new lightning. I was like, this is actually pretty good for me. So new lightning. In
the old party attack and bring a guy out with your hand.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was like, perfect. I had Amax at the right time, just kill it before it as it swung. I had so many different options that I didn't have when I was playing against control decks, effectively. And then the last 2 games turned to be a mono water and another Refia. So I was just like, that's my day. But
you won against Cat 13.
I won against Cat 13, so woo!
How was Gilgamesh for you during the whole tournament? I bet you got misdragoned by 4 wall at some point, didn't you?
That only happened once.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that was a preemptive one, so that they preempted it rather than me actually playing it into it, or playing it then they used it. It was definitely we're just gonna get rid of your break zone because that's probably one thing we can just do.
I know the couple of times I played 4, sometimes you're sat there with you're like, I don't really want to make a play, so you just this dragon to use the backups that you've restacked that to.
Yeah. I don't know what your take is.
If I'm not above 5, I'm happy to just
keep sitting there.
Just sit there.
Sit with open backups is a power move. It's intimidating.
Especially if there's a fire one, because apparently that's quite threatening.
Can be.
Or a Tyro, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't regret my choice of taking 7-1 because, in honesty,
it's not a bad choice for someone on low practice, right?
It
was just do powerful things.
It was, but then we're going back into that same topic of, what Nate was saying. The lines of play are very linear. You only go what you play. What you see is what you play. It's 7-wall or nothing. I ran 1 Tyvus in the 7-wall list, and that 1 Tyvus probably saw play once. Didn't feel it was needed. The thing that I was scrambling for before the actual day began was the Crystal Realm. So 3-drop Crystal Realm that when played, bounce something, gain a crystal. That did some decent stuff a couple of times, and actually it was really fun to see that happen. So I was able to...
that's cool.
I was able to
I've always liked that card.
Play 7-wall, have it flipped, play it onto the field, that be the last crystal I needed, bounce the 7-wall back to hand, last crystal I needed to play my 3 crystals for big Barts, then flip over 2 more things, play another thing. I was like, I've got the extra card in hand was enough to play the 7-wall down again, so I actually had a big board, and this was actually against Cat 13, so actually, in honesty, my good game against Cat 13 wasn't necessarily just because it was against Cat 13, it was just I had amazing flips. I don't think I want to play any flip games anymore because I just don't like the Russian roulette of not.
I don't tend to play decks like that where they've got a reveal mechanic unless unless it's quicker.
Yeah.
Sorry, Luna Freya. You play mono water.
Yeah, but that's not like my main play, you know.
Okay.
It's not the thing you're counting on. Whereas knights do rely upon that flip with Corilla, but then you've got the gas. If you've got the gas, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If they flip the right things.
Yeah.
But it's again, I just don't. It's not the. I was like, I want to play a good tempo deck. But I think I'm bored of Warriors. But actually, after that weekend, I'm back to hyping on Warriors. Funny that. It's funny.
Yeah, one of my things I find difficult about 7-1 is like when you get cancelled, and you're just like, okay, now I've just got a big guy. And I think it's about what cards you keep when that happens. You got to make sure you've got an actual follow-up play for if you get cancelled. And that's like a little skill check on that Wall 7 deck, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the Marlborough thing came up once.
Yeah.
You know, the technicality and the ruling for Marlborough.
Oh, it's such a funny stack.
Yeah.
Reading the Marlborough explains the Marlborough.
Except it doesn't if ultimate shields at me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is so complicated.
I was playing I think my last game of the day was not my last game of the day. It wasn't my first mono water matchup was against Sam Beasley.
Yeah.
From Newport, is it?
Yeah.
And he.
No, from.
It's Cardiff, though. Not Cardiff. It's
Wales.
Wales. I don't know what's the other place.
Newport.
B? No.
Paul. Wait, are we?
We're talking about shops in Cardiff.
The different
Firestorm can't.
Yeah, I can't remember the other one.
There's Cardiff, there's Newport, and there was what?
Bridgend?
Bridgend, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I was like, it begins with B.
This is why we've got Nate on. They have a memory.
My first day was Bristol? No, that's not Wales.
Shout out Bridgend store. I was talking to the owner of the manager of the Bridgend store in Castleford. That was Sam. We were talking about running communities and things. It was a good conversation.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, running communities are good fun. So it was Sam Beasley on Mono Water, and we had a nice little chinwag about, you know, I'd never sort of met him properly. I just know his name because he, you know, it was your match against him in Cactamania. But yeah, it was the funny thing. I was like, oh yes, I get to do the Barts thing. I'm going to remove all the crystals, and I play the Barts. And as I play the Barts, Sam goes, I would love to see this resolve. And I'm just like, okay. So I'm just, but then as I pick up the card, he goes, but, I'm like, fuck. Put it back. It's like, I'm going to have to, I'm at that. I was like, shit. And,
reasonable choice.
Yeah, so, oh no, it wasn't. Cancel, because he's obviously mono water.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was such a fun day. There was minor sort of moments where I was like, I do regret my choice, but at the same time, you know, I had a fun time on it.
Yeah.
And it was a good chance to.
Yeah, I think it was a solid choice for like with practice and like going into a big event. Just take something powerful and so you see how it flips and stuff.
Half the time I felt like I'm actually not a bad player. It's just the cards that flipped.
Of course. Sure.
Keep patting me on the back and saying I'm a good boy. So
moving on.
Shall I go through my games in Glasgow then?
If you'd like to.
I had a really nice run of fortune to get to top cut.
You did.
I was really happy.
Yeah.
It was funny because it started with a loss. So I was on against one of the Septom Dommage players, I believe, on Mono Ice.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a weird game. He just went... I went first. He back attack juggled and back up in at the end of my turn.
Wow. Yeah, that's a curve, man.
That's a power move. Well, it's good because you can play a dodge cost in your turn, right? It's almost like pseudo going first.
Yeah.
But so then he just went Rufus. Is it Rufus?
Which one?
The 4-drop, like discard
on swing or
yeah, Rufus. And like 3 or 4 backups just ditched his hand, and I was like, oh, I'm being attacked. So I was like, oh, I've got monsters. And I was just, because I was against ice, I didn't want to go too hard into backups. I somehow convinced myself that like having like 4 monsters and 1 backup was fine. And, like, so I just definitely discarded a couple of backups, and then I was like, it's fine, I'll build up. And I was trying to get back into backups, but he just had pressure on me for the whole rest of the game, and it was like weird. And I know that against Dice, you try and sort of band your resources around.
Yeah.
And I think I'd failed to put enough into backups. So yeah, I just lost, and I'm like, and I kind of almost mentally, I was like half giving up on the day. I was like, well, you know, I've got my Euro spot, so it's not the end of the world.
I do remember that. Like, after that first game, you were just like, well, this is how things are going to go. Or it felt like that kind of energy from you, like, well, this is my day. Like, kind of similar to how I felt like by round 3. I was just like, yeah, this is how things are shaping up to be.
I was weirdly just like, whatever. And I think that was a bit liberating because I didn't really put too much stress into my next games. Yeah. And the rest of them aren't necessarily in order. I can't remember the order very well. But then I had a game against Mono Fire where my luck just high rolled like crazy. I had to cancel Lev for his Mon. And he's trying to swing into me and pressure me. And I hit Ash twice into EX.
Nice.
So I was just like, I just win. I've just killed 2 huge things for free.
Yeah.
Poor guy. I was against Warrior Icons. This was against the player who did get their Euro spot in Castleford. Lovely player. I want to say their name's... Con? No, it's not Connor.
Connor's the...
Connor's the guy who won Glasgow. Anyway, sorry I don't remember his name. I'm terrible at names. But he's a lovely guy. And I played him later on in the Highlander, and he played a Moogle Brothers out of nowhere when I'd seen Moogles in his deck.
Yeah, I do remember that guy now.
But yeah, lovely guy. He went to 4 backups before he played his Tyvas or anything. And I was like, you want to enter late game with Water? Good, sounds good to me. You know? And then I just proceeded to win that game. I think you've got to pressure it, right?
Yeah.
I think at one point I did have all my backups frozen, but I think I was already too stable at that point. Game 5, I played the Knights player that I would then be playing in Top Cut, and I beat them. I'll put here, I won a tense game. I won the toss, so going first is really important against a nice matchup. And then Game 6 was Scions against a... I missed a game there. Mono Water Mirror. I was against Johnny. Shout out Johnny.
Yeah.
Draft legend, wrestling friend.
What's his name? Brody. His wrestler's name, Brody Coltrane.
Yeah.
Brody Coltrane. Shout out Brody Coltrane. Jono Hayes.
We had a nice mirror match. I think I knew them, like I said, me and Alfie trolled that like crazy. I think I knew the matchup a bit better, so...
and then he immediately faced Zav afterwards, and went, well, this is fucking great. It's like Mono Water matchup, mirror.
Yeah,
and
that is pretty brutal. You play me and lose, and then you play
Zav,
who's much better than me.
Just knew exactly where the line was.
And then my game 6 into Scions against a nice YYT guy, and he just played forwards. It was. And he pulled some creation with 2 Scions.
Wasn't that Chris Folds?
And 1 backup. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Chris Folds surprised quite a lot of people for the fact that he didn't make Top Cut, did he?
I think he did. Yeah.
He did make Top Cut.
Even though I beat him round 6, he still made Top Cut.
Yeah. He had the same amount of, from what he was saying, the same amount of sort of practice that I've had, which is barely anything, just because of family and stuff, and managed to make Top Cut in a room that busy.
Yeah.
So shout out to Chris Folds. He's an awesome player, and I think his reason for playing Scions is just that he's comfortable. He's playing Scions.
You've got to play stuff that you've got good reps on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the reason why I struggle with Warriors is because it's forever changing. There's so many variations on Warriors now that
the thing is you can chuck 10 Warriors into a deck, and that's enough for the whole thing to function, isn't it?
I think, and I suppose with the way things are, though, like the new backups and stuff, push it in a certain direction. But whenever I played Warriors before, it's just missed the mark slightly with the certain cards that I've put in or chosen to put in against those who are playing it at a higher level, I suppose. Or not higher level.
Yeah, I mean, the good players are good players for a reason, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Anyway, tangent, man.
Sorry, man.
I'll go back to the...
enjoy your countdown.
So got to top cut, and I'm against the Knights player I played earlier, and somehow we get to time. I mean, the less said about that, the better. But
sheesh.
I don't think I was slow playing. It was a lesson learned because you got to police things when you're because in a best of 3 scenario, damage is the decider.
Yeah.
So aggro decks are kind of favoured if the game goes really slow. I was very disappointed. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I was super disappointed.
You kind of sat there for a while.
But I didn't hold up to the tension of the slow play. I collapsed and lost the last game. Because I was so stressed about time. So.
But I think you said you've learned something from that.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the most important thing, right?
Yeah. And it'll be good to take that into Euros to remember okay, if you're in a top cut situation, was it 70 minutes for the 3?
Yes.
Is it that? Yeah. Or even less. And so. If you're going to do 3 full games, your half of a game is 26-ish minutes for each game, and your half is 13 minutes. So if you think about that, you've got to play an entire game with 13 minutes from your turn for your turns.
Yeah. So
your thinking time, which is so like your opponent taking 5-minute turns every time is just unacceptable. It's not going to fly.
Especially when you're playing Knights. You
would have thought.
that is unacceptable to a time.
But you live and you learn. If your opponent's taking 5-minute turns every single time and you're in top cut, you've got to call the judge and say, I'm worried about speed of play here.
Yeah. And
if your opponent says, don't worry about time, don't listen to them. Actually judge how much time they're taking.
Yeah. Get your stopwatch out. Yeah. Honestly, I think from just that experience alone, you've taken games to time many a time.
I'm not the fastest. Some people know me as a slow player.
I'm not saying that
I do try my best to get in on time.
You don't purposely take it to time.
No, it's genuinely thinking.
I think. Careful on phrasing.
No, but I wasn't insinuating anything against that specific time.
That's fine. But again, I think I know, Sam, you and I, we've had times where it's we've had referee and Wharton is done in 10 minutes. Yeah. And then it's cool, 30 minutes. Oh God, I've only got 4 backups. How have we got here?
Yeah. We've had games where we needed an hour to do one game, haven't we?
Yeah, I think it's just how you are in the moment as well. Sometimes you can just...
Your brain shuts down.
You know what you should be doing, but then you've got to pay attention to the other person's boards.
Thought corridor, especially when I was a couple of years ago, I was slow as hell.
Yeah, I think you said. I think we've had that conversation where you say if you've ever thought past, if you've gone to your 3rd or 4th thoughts on plays, then you've lost. You should.
Every time I say this phrase, Nate hates it for some reason. But there's a phrase in chess. Why they say they're currently mouthing it. Long think equals wrong think. Which is what they say.
You so much. Is it just the phrasing? It's just
I get why you wouldn't like the phrase.
I don't know. It just feels like a gross oversimplification of.
I think it is actually a very specific thing it's referring to, and no doubt the most complex tasks amongst humanity require a lot of thought. But when you've done a repetitive game task, there's a point where you think so long that you're actually not helping yourself anymore.
Yes,
I've definitely found myself in that situation plenty of times. I've looked at all the cards and all the possibilities, and I've gone, there is a way out. There's not a way out. There is a way out. There's not a way out. You go back and forward, and then you go, oh fuck it, I'll just play something, and then you're just screwed anyway.
And I think that's why practice games are important. You need to just make plays, see how it pans out, and not care about winning or losing, only care about learning.
Yeah.
I think I like having the similar, there's a way out, there's not a way out, there's a way out, there's not a way out. On Refia, for me, it's either, do I have Amat? Yes, no. Are they on water? Do I have Mist Dragon? Yes, no. Great. Where's my Shantotos? Those are my only thought patterns beyond getting to colours.
The simple mind.
5 drop. Surely that's got to be the equation when you're on damage 3.
Oh yeah, if I'm on damage 3 and I've got a searcher to go find something, then great, we're getting the 5 cost arc. If there's a Faris in bin, great, we'll get the Faris out of the bin. We'll go get a Refia.
Those are the first checks, the ones you were doing.
I suppose it's that if I'm having to struggle with a thought, it's usually because I'm staring lethal or I'm staring a problem down.
Yeah.
I think, you're right.
And it's sort of what is my out? That is when I definitely take longer to think on my turns, and I'm struggling because I don't know what the out is.
That's it. And if you're against knights, and you expect, like, if you got 2 control decks, you're expected for the first 2 or 3 turns to take seconds. Because you both just want to set up.
You just want to get the backups down. And
4 versus mono water, we just...
Yeah.
You play solitaire with yourself.
Would you like to play your backup first, or shall I play mine?
Yeah.
It's like, are we having a 2 backup turn? Oh, delightful.
Do you have that? You again.
I play my card, you get rid of that Amat. That's perfect.
Yes. Sometimes playing Realm just shows discard Amat.
Yeah, exactly.
This player, Nate, is the reason that I just play 14 monsters and just don't even try to play Realm against fire.
You're welcome.
5 CP is a lovely amount to pay for nothing.
Just moving card down for fun.
Yeah.
But you in a control mirror, you have to churn through your agents. Whereas if knights are throwing 4 forwards at you, then you're allowed more time. It's definitely a nuance.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in terms of times and games and stuff like that, how much you can get really carried away with how the game goes and not even think there's a timer ticking sometimes. Like I've been and I've turned around and gone, that's only 4 minutes? I'm like, well, how did they get to this? You know, like it's because it didn't feel that long, you know?
Yeah.
When the games are good, you lose track of time.
Time perception is wild. But I think some of the best bits for Glasgow for me were like seeing the YYT, like getting to see Stevie and both Sarahs. And I'm good friends with them and get along with them really well. It's nice seeing them at the club as well. Hilarious Final Fantasy 10 drinking.
Zamakend, drink!
No, Kev, shout out to Kev from West End Games. They did a very, very decent job at running the whole event. Like their TO management was spot on. Microphoned up everything so everyone can hear him.
The games all got streamed as well. So
all got
shout out to like Stevie for helping get them streamed.
Yeah, absolutely. No repairing for anything, which was perfect. The game
was like 1 hiccup, I remember. So it's pretty good overall.
Both days ran very quickly and smoothly, and
60 players as well is like not to be sniffed at for FFTCG.
Yeah. It was like 61 or 63 because there was an odd number for a buy. Until I think by round 4, then I think someone was like, no, I'm okay. And then I think there stopped being a buy. But
Sarah was the one that dropped out, and she was like, I'm going to test my judge skills, and started shadowing Phil for a bit.
Yeah, and she did really well with side events. One of my favourite things about Glasgow was helping you brew your Pauper Knights and watching you play on it as well.
Pauper Knights was realising there's like Ramses technically a common with the reprint. Oh god. It's like, what do I lose? Beatrix Corilla? Okay, great. What else can we put in?
Instead of
a bunch of knight backups.
Yes, Baylor is a knight backup that recurs an Earth character as well. So it was great. And then just teching in Heretical Knight Garland was just a really nice way of being like, there's Laswell. Heretical Knight Garland. Laswell's now 9k brave. Good luck. That was good.
Strongest Laswell you've ever seen. And you were brewing it 3-color, and I was like, oh, I like 3-color. Old school stuff. And I was helping you tinker with the like backup line.
Yeah, so that was good fun. But I really love that. The side events were great, but I only got Pauper because we run to time. I got into the top cut for that. But the main event was great as well. That was
James.
Shout out James Ryder. He was upset with me because when it was the final, Johnny versus James, the boys, best friends of the final of Paupers, and I was like, who won? And Ryder was like, yeah, I did. And I was like, wow. And he was like, why are you so surprised? I'm like, sorry, man. So he comes and wins the Pauper. I think he's won my Pauper Cube twice. So there's no reason he shouldn't be winning that.
He did great. The venue was really nice. Like the big open spaced hall was great. They had a really good selection of like their shop from West End Games. Like the 2 guys sort of supporting Kev from the store. everything was just on point. They had that. You had the Weg Bucks as well, so they were doing, for anyone who's been to Winter Cup, similar to the Guild from Winter Cup.
Rest of the year Dragon Shield supply stocked up.
I got some Dragon Shields. I got another binder, so I've actually got more space to try and start building trades, because I still don't have much. Slowly growing. And then there was the artist, I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation, Ryuza. She had like Final Fantasy 14 t-shirts, lots of like just generic artwork from lots of modern games, prints. I got myself a Wii Woo sticker from Expedition 33 because it was just adorable. Why would you not?
No, I got some good stuff off that store. There was one that was hidden from most people, and I found it was a print of Steiner and Beatrix playing a game of Strip Tetramaster. It was just like one of the best things. And like, Beatrix is wearing all of Steiner's helmet. He's just sat there in his boxes. And to be honest with you, like those sorts of things where people get to show their love and the nuanced sort of parts of Final Fantasy, which she was like, I think Phil walked over and went, "Oh, that's a niche thing." And she was like, "What niche thing?" She was like, "Blank on a sticker." And she was like, "You're the first person to point out how niche that is." It's just like all that sort of thing, just a general enjoyment of Final Fantasy, and obviously nerdy things on the side was just perfect to have whilst you're walking around having a buy. You know, I got to spend 30 minutes just looking at stuff. So it was great.
I think it was a great overall weekend. I think my actual games were quite.
We haven't asked you about
Perfectly controlled, it's all fine.
Well, I went 3-3 overall in the day. I had Warriors, which was.
But you weren't far off top cut.
I think I was 25th at the overall placing, but my last match was just scraping 16th into the top cut, so it could have been an interesting bubble. So I think round one was Warriors. I think it was TCG Puppy, if I remember correctly. So that was good. Round two, so I won that.
Warriors,
round two, I won in a Refia Mirror.
Nice. So it feels good to win mirrors, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting because obviously now that the deck's evolved a lot, you've got slightly different backup lines and people playing it just slightly differently. So it feels like a mirror, but every so often you're just like, you've teched in something I don't.
Ooh, 5-drop terror. Okay.
So it's always interesting to see what the differences are. So I managed to get that. Though I feel bad because I can't remember his name, but bless him. We were almost at time, and I think I was at damage 1, and he was at damage 6, and he was like, "You've got this, Bash." And he conceded via damage. So, that was
seppuku.
Really entertaining though. But it was a good matchup. And then I went into my first loss, which was Knights, which was the same player. I think you played and then was in Top Cut. So that was the Sid Waff and Lena backup turn 2, and I'm like, cool. I'm not EXing this game, and my deck really needs them. So that was
no Luna Freyas.
That was a bit of a rough one, and then I played another mirror, but this was Ant. So
and Slice&Dice is cannibalizing each other.
And he was so pleased with himself because he was running Duff's Braska version.
He top cut. He came 11th in the Swiss, which was pretty cool.
Shout out to Ant, well done.
So lost that one. And then I went on for a win on Mono Water, which I believe was Dave. I want to say Harley.
Dave Harley is Scottish guy.
Yes. Yeah. So while I think, so won that one.
He's been going good.
Unfortunately, I just high rolled on everything. I just had all the colours at the right time. I think I might have,
isn't it? When you high roll a Refia, I don't know if there's a more powerful deck to high roll.
I think I also resolved Tidus. Thing was during this Materia Cup, I actually resolved LB Tidus, which I don't often do because I'm too busy trying to dig through Luna Freya or holding it. That was Mono Water.
Oh right, if you're pushing them behind.
So I just managed to keep him off. And then my last game was a loss, which was Jack Canavan on his Cat 12 Earthwind, which was really interesting
because play against that deck more.
it was really interesting because I searched the Shantoto, he watched me search Shantoto, and then on his turn drew the Ashtola that he played to field.
Yeah,
that meant I couldn't do it.
Yeah, of course.
With
It's got a Kukulane. You've got to heart the cards Kukulane.
did not draw the Kukulane.
So you break it on response, wouldn't you? Just like could just break it on response.
Yeah, but that then cancels the Kukulane, but then I'd still get to Shantoto.
Yeah, of course. Never mind.
Did not have the Kukulane to force head stack.
I didn't even try correctly that. I just look at you and watch it unfold.
Just look at me struggle with my own thoughts. It's like, did I just say something really wrong? Just like, yeah, thanks, Sam. Just let me floundering on the surface and like, breathing for air, like, help me!
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not the nicest person.
I played the game for so long, I think I deserve it.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. It was all good. I'm quite happy. The 25th felt good. Like I got 32nd in London Material Cup, so it's like cool. I've just sneaked a little bit better.
Insane results.
So I'm super chuffed.
I'm sad that you didn't get Euros because it would have been nice to have you there in Italy. But you've done an amazing first competitive season for like someone. Was it how long now? 2 years?
No, it's
January.
Yeah.
It's been not even been a year.
Not even been a year.
Not even been a year. That's literally what we're discussing.
You're going to be way ahead of me too.
Watch out for them. They're coming for you.
Yeah.
So, do you think you'd still go to the LCQ, or do you think that you're just going to like you miss it out for this time?
I think for this year, I think I'm too close. I think for this year, it's just too. If I haven't got the spot, I'm not. I just don't think I'm there. I'm just happy to be like, cool, I'll sit this one out. It's like next year, like if I keep hitting that sort of top four and sort of hitting those top cuts and doing well, then it's like, okay, well, consistently, maybe LCQ is an opportunity. But yeah, I think this year...
6th or 7th year I went to LCQ and got my first Euro spot, so...
Yeah.
I think you've got time.
So, I'm just having a load of fun. Like I did some LQs after Glasgow as well, and it's just been really good to just really hone in on the community as well. I remember rocking up to Winter Cup after playing for 3 weeks and literally having the two of you, Phil, and everyone just drilling me as like, right, I have bought Megissa, what am I doing?
You were like top half of the room, weren't you?
Not quite top half. I think I got like something like 57th out of a row of 91.
That's so crazy. Which you're like 2 weeks playing or something.
I just snuck in to get the Rufus card, which was like, oh, I got an extra card, and I was really happy. And I was like, I don't know what it does, but it's another shiny card. Really early on having no cards, and so it was good, and it was just the community's just been phenomenal. And it's like just seeing the same faces and just being able to go to events and be like, oh hi, I saw you last week.
That's what it's all about.
It's just been so nice, and just everyone's slowly. Like I'm recognizing them, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, we saw you at so and so or this location." It's just like being familiar, and everyone just has that just friendly nature. Like there's roll
on February for next Winter Cup.
Yeah.
If you've got anything you want to say about Living Realms LQ as well, like feel free to like. Is there anything notable that you want to talk about?
Living Realms and Castleford.
Liverpool is the one I'm about.
So after Glasgow, I actually went to two. So I went to Athena Games in Norwich on the Saturday, and then went to Liverpool. And then I went to Liverpool on the Sunday.
Wow, you travelled the country
for the Gamers Lodge.
Oh, wow.
So Norwich was good fun. Really sort of interesting rooms. So again, I think I ended up playing like Dragoons, Chark. The version of Chark I played against had a backup I'd not seen before. Doga, which on a cast of 5 or higher summon, break a backup of mine. So basically Hecaton Cheer nestled into another one. And the guy I was playing against, bless him, he was like, I call this my dickhead deck because I feel like a dickhead when I'm playing it. I was like, but there's a Euro spot on the line, so you've got to go for it. So I don't
have fun being a dickhead.
So like, there's no issues there. But it was good fun.
It's one of those, I remember trying to say to you, like, it's frustrating running into decks like that where they're taking a risk because if people run Hecaton, they just lose the game because they pay 6 for a backup and then the opponent pays 3 and breaks it.
6 for a backup that doesn't do anything immediately.
Yeah. And then, but you're suffering as a result of their gamble. Like, I don't like that. That vibe, you know. Like it's very annoying.
So there's a good couple of games in there. I think Firewater Warriors with a Zodiac. that completely stumped me because they just kept Leoing and chomping the Leo, and it's like, what do I do? Oh wait, I've lost my break zone. So that was a very interesting set of game. But no, that was good fun. Met someone new that joined the Moogle's Discord that was like, oh, I'm going to go to Norwich. I was like, cool, great. So I met up with them. So that was like a new person that I think, I think Scott from memory. And yeah, they were just like turning up and they're like, cool. The only things I've played are what I've given my other friends to play. So it was very much the seeing what the community was around there. As well. I think location-wise, Norwich is still a bit too far for them, but it's probably their nearest. So that was a good room. It was nice to see some people again, seeing sort of like a couple of
how many
brotherhoods.
Was there for that? Do you remember that?
14. That's not bad.
That's good. It's good. Good size LQ. Yeah.
14. Yeah, it was either 14 or 16. We didn't go over 4 rounds. But yeah, it was a good room. A lot of variety in the room as well, which was nice. So yeah, that was good. And then day after went to Gamers Lodge. So that was a room of 10. I think it ended up being 10 in the end.
Was that there?
Yeah, so Ant was there, Dan was there, George was there.
I've heard the stories of this.
I drove Alfie as our judge.
Yes.
Who else was there? Patrick was there.
We've said Zav, haven't we?
Yeah. Zav was there. I hadn't, but yes, Zav was there. 2 brothers were there. Matt was playing as well.
Yeah. Matt was happy that Alfie was judging.
Yes.
Matt would have had to judge.
Yeah. Well,
I was very close to winning that, but unfortunately he was on Shark and he had to play into mono water in the final, right? Oof.
Yeah.
But that's where Zav got his LQ.
Zav got the LQ.
Zav got the win there.
Nice.
And then there was someone that we didn't know that had sort of just turned up and just joined and started playing.
That's the love of this game.
And it was just like really nice to see. For me, I think I went right against them in round 2. It was Sharks. I was like, okay, great. I know how this is going to go. Somehow won that, which was interesting. But it was also really interesting because the cards were in English. And I was like, I'm glad I know what most of these cards do.
Just have your phone at hand.
You have to get out scrolling FFX.
No, I'm not feeling like you're cheating with your phone just sat there going, what's the next card you're playing?
So, but again, that was a really good day. Shout out to sort of Matt at Gamers Lodge as well, because they also did another map. So I know Harlequins, they did the Jill Primals map. So for this one, they did a Joshua Primals map that I won.
You got the Joshua and I've got the Jill.
So 2 Midlanders took maps from the northern. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, again, that was a top 4. So I think I played George on Ice Earth round 1, which sort of lost its momentum against Refi, just reactivating everything all the time. Then Chark round 2, then with a win, then Chark round 3 against Matt with a loss, and then down on Ice Fire Primes and round 4 for a win.
Beat Dan.
Nice. But that then unfortunately meant I got paired against Matt again in the top cut and got knocked out.
The brackets have not been coming to you in the LQ.
I've realised the curse of top cut for me is I always get knocked out at whatever stage by the one person or whoever I lost to in Swiss.
Oh really? So
every time that's happened. So rugby, I lost to Jason. Was my one loss in Swiss. Jason was my first round pairing in top 4, so I lost. Knights at Grantham were my loss, and Knights in Top Cup were my loss. At Derby, Lyndon was my loss round 1, and then I lost to him in the final for his Euros place.
What about ours? I remember you've been a million.
Sam was my Swiss loss, or one of my Swiss losses. I also lost to Ethan, but I bubbled into that top cut. And then paired Sam round 1 again in our top cut and lost. So every time I've lost in the top cut, it's always been against the original person.
So which is inevitable. Get better against the people you lose against.
I just need to not lose, basically. If I just go EXO, the problem solved.
Just do that.
So
just win fighter.
So yeah, that was a really good weekend. Lots of driving, lots of miles, and a parking fine. But
damn, I got a clean air fine in Birmingham.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even fire to 8 people. For God's sake.
No, money for nothing.
Yeah.
But sounds like you've had a really good run.
That's you've been literally millimeters from Eurospot like 5 times this season. That's insane. I would say
with less than
done. I don't know. I had 2 good results in LQs.
Yeah.
But you've been closer more often than I have. I think.
I seem to have picked in the top 4.
Yeah.
A few times, which. As someone that doesn't have cards, it's nice to have 3 enough shiny to get enough of the Thancreds before it's swapped back. Because I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was supposed to be Axstar first and then Thancred, but they seem to have reversed. Having enough Thancreds, but only managing to get 2 Axstars. But I've got some shiny Axstars, and they're pretty. So that's been worth the travel.
Good.
So
then I suppose the last one after that was the week after was
Castleford. I was in Castleford. Me, Alfie, and Ethan went up. Alfie was judging again, so good for him getting the judging experience under his belt. That was a room of 17.
Wow,
so
big place.
We went to
Sheffield, right? It's like it's on that direction.
Leeds.
And that was a cool room. There was even an American player there who was on the same team as a Sam Prime and our monster guy.
What's his name? What? Tori Kelly?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
On their team. What's their team?
Isn't it RV8 Returns? No, it's not that one. I don't remember that team.
But anyway, some of the best American players. But that guy was on Knights. Unfortunately, he didn't make top cut. But I took my Zodiac mono-ish, but with a splash of lightning deck. So I was like, yay, rogue deck into an LQ. And I had Opus 1 Geomancer as my standard unit backup, 2 of those. And they could have been Lockprits.
They should have been.
In most of the games, I had both Zodiacs in my hand by turn 3. It was just But I ended up going 2-2. And I was like, I've not got top cut, surely. But then I sneak into 8th. It's top 8.
Nice.
Even though it's
that one player over.
So it's the easiest top cut you could get into, in terms of, small room, but big top cut. And then I paired to Dan on mono win. He wins the event in the end. I just have a really fun game against Dan, even though it just feels like, wow. It's really impressive watching people play Storm well, because it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
I even tried to play a bit of Storm today, and it was like, deck's hard.
You've played
probably
Storm
got the highest skill ceiling of any deck.
Yeah. I think that's one thing that I've always found interesting is that I know how Mono Wind Storm is infinitely better than Icewind Storm. Yet I just find the little bits of Icewind, the Sid Haze and the Lock, just a bit more fun. I don't know, I think
more... those cards are safety nets as well, right?
Yeah,
they're a bit more forgiving than just trying to play pure mono.
Yeah, because you can play something down and just know that only cast 3 will get you enough to freeze a couple of backups. Or
exactly.
So, that
having that ability to freeze their stuff really puts some time in your hands.
Yeah, definitely. But one thing I was meaning to say about Glasgow is the congrats to Connor from Wales, who won that event.
Cactuar go to Worlds.
Exactly.
He's probably the first one, right?
I think so. To memory. But the thing is, he never lost that whole weekend. He just went clean sweep. The whole weekend.
That new Shiva just wrecks control decks. You just take freeze everything.
With a room that was full of control decks, you could. Well, it wasn't full of control decks, but it was majority that I saw being quite controlling.
No, I would say it's probably more control decks than aggro decks.
Yeah, heavier to control than was. But those games that I saw on stream of him being John Ho, were just whew, you didn't. The Warriors elements were just there. It was nice to have Axstar play out on Jill to then just quickly get into a Shiva. All that sort of stuff. Just it makes so much sense, and it was an archetype that I've been playing with, but 2 sets ago. When Jill first released the Opus 21. No, not Opus 21. Opus 22 Jill released. The first one that got
So it's Opus 23, isn't it?
23. Yeah. I am jumping around the set. So I think it was 23. It came out wasn't it? Opus 23?
No, 24 was the primals.
Fuck.
24 was prime and icons because I joined halfway through that set. So last December.
Time is flying by. It feels such an old set, but it actually isn't.
You only remember this because I came in.
Time's going slowly.
Oh yeah, Dude, I know you're fucking with my mind.
What is it? 6-7 weeks before the next set?
yeah, man. My God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember watching that game, watching those games, and going, no wonder he won, because that deck just looks crazy, and he's obviously piloted it to the max, and it looks great. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
that'd be
it was
interesting.
an impressive performance.
Definitely interesting.
You didn't seem to make much of a mistake all day long.
No, congratulations.
All 2 days long.
Yeah.
Talking about cards that we can't remember what opus they came from, should we play Guess the Card?
Yeah, that reassuring intro.
With someone that's got 2 opuses worth of knowledge, and I'm still not sure I know all of those cards either. But we'll carry on. Let's see what we do.
So I have thought of a card. It's my turn this time. So I have thought of a card.
Cool.
I've got it here. I don't really need to do much looking at it because it's pretty self-explanatory. Oh, you peeking, Sam?
Not intentionally. I didn't see much.
You didn't see much, but is it?
That's what she said.
Right.
Right. Okay. So crack on. Who's going first?
All right. Yeah. Do the usual split the elements thing.
Yep.
Is it earth, wind, fire, or light?
No.
Okay. So lightning,
water,
ice, dark.
Lightning,
water, ice, dark.
What do we think? Do water and lightning kind of go together? So do we? If we split it with water and ice,
do it.
Because I don't know. Because the only multi card I can think of for that would be Realm. Again, because I'm just thinking multi cards.
Yeah.
So is it in ice or water?
Correct.
All right. It's ice or water. Not a dark card this time.
Not this time.
So do we want to
All
narrow
right.
that
Is it
down?
water?
No.
All right. It's an ice card. Are you now noting how many you've had?
Well, I'm also noting the answers so I can keep track of what we've narrowed it down to.
Yeah, Nate's going first time.
This is how we play the game.
I can just sit here and...
Sam's twiddling his thumbs like,
Cool. So we know that.
Nate, as you do.
Do we want to then do...
Type, I think, split the types.
Yeah, so what's the easiest way to do that?
Is it a...
Forward and summon?
Yeah, do that.
Is it a forward or summon?
No.
So it's either a backup or a monster.
Correct.
Is it a backup?
Yes.
An ice backup. Ice backup. How many guesses was that?
3, 4, 5.
Okay. So, do you want me to do another guess?
Yeah. Do we want to do rarity or costs?
I think you do set first.
Yeah, okay.
Up to you then.
You're going to have to carry it if it's...
Is it between, so we're 26 sets in now. Is it between Opus 1 or 13?
Inclusive.
Yeah, including those two.
No.
Okay.
No, okay. So it's 14 to 26.
Yep. That's correct.
Do you mind if I keep cutting those?
Yeah, go for it.
So between the 12, 14.
Doing maths on this.
Is it between Opus 20 and 26?
Yes.
Okay.
2026.
Is it between Opus 23 to 26?
Yes.
Okay. How many guesses have we had? Are we being too scientific? Are we taking
8.
attention?
I'm just
That's
sweet from the bag.
8 so far.
Cool.
So we've got it down to 3 opuses. Now do we want to start trimming that
Yeah, sure.
in a different
Trimming
way?
the fat.
Yeah, we do
So-
common, rare, legend.
Yeah.
Start.
So there's no starters in those sets. When was the last starter set?
23.
Wasn't
Was
some of the
23?
boxes starters? They're like the odd one, maybe not many. Yeah, I think there is.
Oh, the Deciduous stuff.
Should we ask if it's
So
hero, legend, or starter then?
yeah.
No.
Okay. So dealing with a common or a rare. Is it a common?
It's a common.
Common. Okay. Common ice card. Opus 23 to 26.
Yep.
Backup.
Mm-hmm. Nate's documenting everything.
Yeah, we're at 10 guesses.
Is it between Opus? Sorry, brain isn't. Is it
It's
Opus 23 or 24?
Yes. It
Yes,
is. It's
okay.
either 23 or 24.
Is it Opus 23?
No.
It is Opus 24.
So that's 12 guesses.
Correct.
Opus 24 common ice backup. Right. Opus 24 is when Clyde Frick launched. What ice backups did we have?
It's Torgal common. I know that's jumping straight to an answer.
I
But
think Torgals are rare.
Have a look if you like.
no.
That's
No, it's yeah, no.
Do we want to do costs to try and put it down? So if it's
Have there been? I think that the common ice backups are all 2 drops. Is that a brave take on Opus 24?
what else was there?
It's got to be a standard unit as well. Maybe not.
Gotta be.
Most of them are, in general.
Okay, so it's 24 backup common. Common's not going to have a huge amount of text on it or anything that's going to help us.
Do you don't remember those pre-release kits and like all the kind of ice cards we get for backups? I feel like there could be 3 drops or 2 drops because I remember we had Red Mage that made you discard a card, but I don't remember which set that was in. 3 drop ice backup.
Yes. Was this? Oh no, because it was 25 that had like the security officers that and the paladins and things that did the.
That Red Mage will be from them.
Yeah, so that was 25.
Okay.
24.
Is it a? Is it? I want to say, is it a 1 or 2 drop?
It is not.
It's not 1 or 2.
It's not a 1 or 2 drop.
Okay.
Ah. So
It's 3 or higher.
ice common, 3 or higher. Damn. I've got another question. Do you mind if I?
Yeah, no, go for it. I'm.
Is it a standard unit?
It is a standard
Okay,
unit.
it is a standard unit. So it's going to be one of those weird job guys.
Weird job, guys.
Is
Yeah, you know, like I am Red Mage. I am Juggler.
Okay.
I am.
Juggler?
I am Mage, I am Juggler.
Juggler is one of the standard units. I think it is a job in one of the Final Fantasy games.
Oh, okay, right. You went from. I was just like, I'm pretty certain Juggler isn't a standard unit backup.
Is
It is, yeah. Juggler's
It's a back then.
yeah.
Okay, fine. Learn something new.
It's too good, isn't it? It seems too good to be a standard unit. Back attack.
Yeah. Searchable back attack, great.
Yeah.
24. Yeah, because the paladin only with 25.
Common standard unit backup.
Well, 3 or more.
Oh,
Remember,
wow.
let's.
3 or more.
Standard units that are 3 or more.
I can't think of many that go like 4, 5.
Yeah.
I don't think above 5.
You go into character territory then.
Yeah, definitely not 5 or above. I think
Yeah.
started, but I think
I'm going to kick myself when we find this. How many questions we have?
when I think it's like
Sorry.
14.
Distracting.
14.
Oh dear. Well, yeah, we've got plenty of guesses to go. So, damn, I just can't. I feel like I should have remembered it though. You know?
Speed you up.
So
Yeah, we do need to go quicker. I'm going to ask about the cost then.
yeah.
Is it a 3 drop?
It is.
Yes. Oh my
It's
god.
definitely a 3
It
drop.
better not be Red Mage. Because we think that's Opus 24 though, don't we? Do we?
I bet there are people out there just screaming
Oh, yeah,
at you
yeah,
right
yeah.
now. They're
Of course.
screaming at you.
I know they are because I was doing it last week when it was like Riku. Category not 10. Wait, what? Not Riku? Oh, weird waff. But yeah, after about a couple of wind questions, like 2 cost? Waff. Why is it not Riku?
It's like there has to be a wind or waff character.
What other standard units are there? Was Minor and that lot standard unit 24? Was that earlier?
Minor was
that 23?
Minor was pretty early.
Minor is a standard unit, and by the name Minor.
There's a couple of them here.
As in, that job is a job, so it will by default be in a standard unit.
Yeah, all of
If that
these
makes sense.
common standard unit backups.
Yeah, like leather worker, standard unit. They're all be standard units.
Oh man. Can I just eliminate Red Mage? Is the card name Red Mage?
No, it's not a card.
Damn, what 3-drop ice common standard
been
unit?
bothering you so long you had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to go and check the other elements to like just be like, what was this series? Because is this not?
Yeah, I'm gonna absolutely be so good when we.
Is it not the? Because I remember it was a couple of episodes ago you had the Arxadora, because that's the job standard unit.
Yeah.
And there were 3 costs.
That was 20.
Was that 20?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's definitely not that.
But it could be a little guy, it could be like a cute guy that we've forgotten about, you know what I mean? It could be a niche.
I don't know ice.
Niche being. Is this the same time Quickern came out?
Quickern?
Quickern.
Oh yeah, the 3-drop Earth.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rat.
What was that?
Maybe.
Opus 24.
This is on the fringe of me starting. I'm just like, what am I?
Oh, I'm so sad.
Do you need to maybe just decide about text?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so they're either a discard card, or like a draw thing, because it could be are we sure that security officer wasn't Opus 24? I think it might have been. Does this card say draw a card on it?
Yes. Ta-da! Opens so many doors.
Oh yeah, so it could be
Paladin.
Yeah. So
Paladin's water. Paladin's ice.
You flooded my brain.
Oh, no.
It could be the crystal one, which I think is Red Mage in ice.
Which isn't Red Mage, because you said, is it card name Red Mage?
Yeah,
it's definitely not that one.
So it could be G Deleter.
Yes.
I think there might be one more of that style, but I can't.
Nate was right saying that there was a paladin. That's nice.
Oh, there is a nice paladin.
There is a nice paladin, 3 cost, which is also crystal.
Is it?
I think. I
think the crystal one isn't a paladin.
No, I think the water paladin is the crystal. The ice paladin is the discard a card or draw a card. Or
it was discard a card, and if you have 5 backups or more.
It's the.
So we've got a lot of guesses to just get G Deleter or paladin.
Let's check. So Red Mage was 16, so we've got 4 guesses.
Is it G Deleter?
It is!
Yeah! Oh my god, I thought
I was like, just text, you might actually.
Oh god.
Well done.
We thought we'd narrowed it down enough.
I actually got that so hard.
I think it was just like, there's a 3 cost ice backup. What more? A common ice backup? What more is there to try and figure out?
No one plays ice.
No, but I'm considering it as something just with. I mean, Laswell's Dole Free, the new Jill, having something dull and frozen, pay an ice, break it.
I genuinely think ice is one of those high skill ceiling decks where it seems like a bad deck to most people because most people are not good enough to play it accurately enough to make it a good deck. But like I got bodied by it in Glasgow and then I won all the rest of my matches in Swiss. It's just like
if you tailor it to more of a mono sort of deck, you probably see a lot better.
I think you need precise plans for every matchup as well.
So I've tried playing that new Jill only a handful of times, mind you, not even like a lot, but I played that new Jill in Ice Lightning, and I thoroughly loved the idea of just smacking it next to, say, Rude, which does something on attack. When you enter an attack phase, does something. So if something's already dull, you just have to pay just 1 CP to kill it. Was my idea. but actually there's always something around there that's going to cancel it, or is going to, you can pay that 1 CP and then it gets cancelled. Or it's Coup Lane before attack phase happens. There's so many things that can have a problem with that card. Though I think I think there is still potential for it to get better.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways.
I think the new Charlotte's great as well. The new 5-drop Legend Charlotte, is it? The one that's like everything enters Dull Frozen.
Yeah.
It's an oppressive card, but it has some cards it just loses to, like Marlborough.
Yes.
But yeah, I think if you're against the right deck, you can just lock them out, can't you?
Yeah. I think I overheard someone in Glasgow Materia Cup was on Mono Ice and they had their Charlotte stolen.
Yeah,
and then and then they were like,
Zidane, Mono wins Zidane is a disgusting.
Like, what do I do?
Gross.
Yeah.
As in, they didn't know how to play against their own Charlotte because they weren't expecting to have to play against their own Charlotte.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah. Ice does have some like Zaleras and stuff that
Zalera's great. Like
non-targeting removal, but
in
general, like you're just gonna have to discard cards to target her, aren't you?
Yeah.
But I just looked this up. Sorry, the Ice Crystal Generator is a scholar. I can see why my brain thought of that as a red mage.
Yeah.
Kind of that kind of vibe. But you're right, there is a paladin here as well that you either dull a forward or draw a card. So he was the equivalent for...
It was 25.
For the Avalanche. Security officer, Yeah, and then,
Oh, no, you're right. I think the Avalanche member as well was also similar, was that?
Yeah.
He was a forward, I think.
Yeah.
But... I think we should round this out, to be fair.
Yeah,
it's been a very long episode, so thank you.
Nice time. Yeah, thanks so much for coming,
Nate. We probably, everyone will probably hear their name said quite a few times through the podcast up until, and we'll continue to, because the record in competitive games have been amazing, so keep it up. You're doing fantastic, and we love having you on, so you'll probably hear their voice again at some point in the future. So,
yes.
Until the next one, guys, keep cracking, have a good time.
Take care, everyone.
Play some games, have fun.
Bye-bye.
Bye.